people with one song, with one voice. We're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours.
The Nigerian Labour Congress, they are not doing well, and they don't do research before talking about this minimum wage or going into action about minimum wage. First and foremost, you study the economy very well. Even if you are giving people 30,000 and they are selling meter for 30,000 or bag of rice 18,000, I don't see the call for increase in salary. We start looking or studying the economy of the country very well. I think what they should do, let them look at the educational value. What the cost of a civil servant to pay his education, children, or what? Let us look at how they spend. Let us bring all those things down. If all those things are down, if I can afford paying electricity for just 500 naira, I don't need 30,000 in a month. If I have seen accommodation, I can be paying 2,000 a month. I don't need 30,000. Let us look at the economy. What even surprised me is that the Nigerian Labour Congress, they don't know more than fighting for either petrol increase or salary increase. They have not. People are complaining about meter. Like a lot of people don't have meter. They are giving them expected bill. They pay 25,000 monthly. They give some people 20,000, some people 15,000. Why don't you work on that and let everybody have prepaid meter before fighting for salary? So by bringing in salary, you are talking of this 30,000. Why are you not looking for inflation? You're already causing inflation, because the landlord will now say, since they are paying them 30,000, I should have my own cut out of it. The woman selling gari, that was a time about a year ago, or yes, a year ago plus, we are buying paint bucket of gari for 1,000 plus, but now it has reduced to 500 or 400. So if the economy can be controlled through the organized labor, I think the better than all this olabalu over minimum wage. I think that's the little I can say about it.
Thank you very much, sir.
And the issue of minimum wage, I think if we need to ask ourselves, minimum wage of a thing has been on a payroll for more than decades. And what is the decision that's been taken so far on this? And that's why I said we don't take things so serious so far on our decision making. We don't take a larger heart, let me put it that way. I mean, a larger heart is when you have the heart of people at hand. I mean, a voice. And even when many thousands of people are not there, a voice can speak and can implement such an issue. And that's why we have so many problems nowadays that we see saying minimum wage.
The minimum wage, the increase of minimum wage, I don't think is going to cause any inflation. The country we find ourselves is not the country where the masses, will protest against something and then it's going to work easily. Now, if I want to make reference of Ghana, I remember vividly well sometimes ago Ghanaians were all over Lagos in Nigeria here, where they were working as a slave. But look at Ghana today, none of their staff, none of their citizens is working as a contract staff. The minimum wage in Ghana is equivalent to 150,000. And then we are here, we go to the same market with these big men who make a lot of money. We go to the same market, and then the minimum wage is it becomes something difficult for them to implement. It's very, very painful. It's very, very painful, honestly. It's frustrating. And some of us are frustrated to the extent that, look, if it's not hurting, it's not working, we can sacrifice our lives because it's very, very painful. We know what we are going through. We pay school fees, we pay transportation unnecessarily, we don't have control, house rent and all that. You wake up one day and then the transportation is will just increase by 50% without no reasons. It's very, very painful. Honestly, you don't know. I don't know if you know how painful it is. We are crying. We are bleeding internally. It's not good. So the inflation is not going to cost anything.
It's the right time it should be implemented, because now our salary is not up to our expectations. So you understand. At least if they implement the salary, eventually there should be price control. So you understand. Not that eventually if someone started earning 30,000 per month, so things you bought for little amount before now increase. So what is the benefit? So if there is price control in our commodities, so you understand, it will work for us.
Now that the minimum wage should be reviewed or increased, because presently the economy of the country is getting differently from what we have before. Things are not the same way that it was then. So you compare things outside the market now are very different from back then. So you expect it to flow with the minimum wage. So I think it's a high time they review the minimum wage and increase the minimum wage so that masses can be able to flow along with the way the economic is really getting difficult. So I think it's very, very important that minimum wage should be increased at the moment.
Thank you very much.
Actually, the least anybody working in the civil service, both either federal or state government, is supposed to earn. Then regarding the increase, to me, it is long overdue, and the truth is not even enough, because a bag of rice goes for between 15 to 20k. There's rent to take care of. There's there's school fees, there's the medicals, and so many other things. So 30k to me is even way too small to be the minimum wage. If you go to South Africa, I think it's like 100 and something thousand. So what are we talking about? Just 30k. It doesn't make sense. They are supposed to in fact, it should even be more than that. And all this dilly-dallying, they're saying that I think it will be transmitted in, is it 20 something or whatever this month. It should have been done a long time ago.
What I really understand about minimum wage is that it is the total income of the average workers of Nigeria or in Nigeria. Because if you look at what Nigeria are paid people now, the average workers is too poor, 18,000. And it was due for quite a long time for them to increase. Look at how somebody received 18,000 and that person have 5 children, 6 children. Some even have more. But how can he care? And he also paid the rents. So for the union to say that they should pay them 30,000, it's not too much for the Nigerian government to pay them too much. It's not too much. So, and in which that this one will at least to help them a lot.
Man, this minimum wage are supposed to be implemented over many years ago, because when I was in secondary school, during 97, 98, 99, 2000, they were paying 11,000, and then I used to wonder, that was like over 10 years ago, I used to wonder like 11,000, what's it going to do? Now, petroleum products, it's like, how much is it for? 145. How much are they paying now? 18,000. What's 18,000 going to do? They have to implement it. They have to implement, the amount has to be like 50,000 naira. What's 18,000 going to do? They're supposed to have implemented this over many years ago.
Minimum wage. The increment of minimum wage or staying at the price in which we have been before. Now, a lot of people feel that we should actually regulate the prices of things before we can talk about the issue of minimum wage. But others feel that no, we shouldn't do that, but we should look at increasing the minimum wage of our country. Is that what we should be doing now, or is we should be facing main issues on ground? What is your take? Do you feel that this is the right thing for the economy at the moment, or you feel that we should look at the main issues of our economy at this very moment? My name is Justina for Coded TV.
Here we stand as a people with one song, with one voice. We're a nation